Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Anusha Roy, joining you live from Evergreen High School. We are getting an update from doctors right now about the two victims, the two students who were shot here at the high school yesterday afternoon. Let's listen in.
Blackwood, Brian Blackwood, Trauma Medical Director at St. Anthony Hospital.
Dr. Blackwood, last we heard is that one of the patients had non-life-threatening injuries. The second was still in critical condition. Give us the latest update this morning.
Sure. Our hospital received 3 patients yesterday from the Evergreen High School shootings. As you said, one presented with non-life-threatening injuries and was in stable condition. That patient's not in our care any further. Our second patient who presented in critical condition remains in critical condition. The third patient that we received died of his injuries last night.
How many procedures, that patient that you guys have with critical condition, how many procedures have they had and what type of procedures?
I don't want to go into any specifics about the care that's being provided to individuals right now.
And at what time did that second patient, the one with non-life-threatening injuries, stable condition, what time did they leave? This morning, late last night?
It was sometime yesterday evening.
For a level 1 trauma hospital like this, you guys train for active shooting situations. Walk me through that.
Sure. Because these are events that we can't predict and that sometimes they can really overwhelm healthcare systems, we want to be prepared on how we react. So at least a few times a year we do drills to prepare for this. The size of the drill depends on what we're doing each time. Recently we did a large active shooter drill where we had multiple double-digit patients, theoretically present themselves. And it's a way of practicing the stress that the hospital would, have in a moment where we go from normal daily life to all of a sudden a lot of patients are coming in very quickly.
Dr. Blackwood, Carly Moore with Fox 31 here. I was actually a part of the training that took place, and I kind of saw the inner workings of how a training like this goes. What's different from the training to when this is, an actual, lives are at stake situation?
Yeah, I think there's always a different feeling you get when it's real versus when it's theoretical. There's especially, when there's minors involved, there's going to be different emotions involved. But our staff trains really well to take care of patients no matter what the occasion. So I felt like we were really well prepared for this, and the staff overall did a great job.
This is a long road for recovery for the patient that's still in your care. What does that recovery look like?
It's hard to say right now. As I've already said, the patient still is dealing with critical injuries, so it's hard to predict.
Can you talk a little bit about those injuries?
I can't talk about the injuries at this time.
Is there anything else that you would like to add that maybe we missed out?
No, I think just reiterating, that St. Anthony's Hospital really responded well to this event. I'm really happy with how the hospital, all services responded.
I also want to ask, just with you guys being the closest Trauma 1 hospital, I mean, it's not that close, to be honest, to Evergreen High School. So in a situation where they're kind of removed, maybe out in the foothills, a situation like this, I mean, when every second counts, do you feel like that time was something that was working against you?
Time always is, especially in trauma patients where there could be bleeding involved. Time makes a big difference. Our EMS crews and Flights for Life does a great job at getting patients here as quickly as possible. That's the key, is getting, care quickly on the scene and then getting patients transported quickly, and I feel like that happened here.
Was Flight for Life used yesterday?
They were.
I'm good. Thank you so much, Dr. Blackwood.
Thank you, guys.
All right, so that was a live update from Dr. Brian Blackwood. He is the Trauma Medical Director at St. Anthony's Hospital. That is where all 3 students were taken yesterday after the shooting here at Evergreen High School. The latest update is that one of the students was taken to a different facility. Another student still in critical condition this morning. And the hospital also received the shooter, who investigators say died several hours later after turning the gun on himself. Our Lauren Lennon also there at the hospital. She will be joining us live with the latest in just a couple of minutes. We will have team coverage continuing all throughout the show.